So for this one, I want you to be as comfortable as possible. This is a guided imagery as opposed to one of our meditations. So for anyone who hasn't done a lot of guided imageries before, please know that there really isn't a right or wrong way to do it. Don't let yourself waste your precious life force on inner conversations like, oh, other people must be having this technicolor experience and I can't imagine anything. It's okay, whatever happens is whatever happens. As we've talked about before, if you use it as an opportunity to be awake, then it will be an opportunity to be awake. Begin by settling the body. For you, that might be scanning the attention through the body to see whether there's any excessive holding or constriction. It might be an opportunity to breathe into any constriction or holding. But most importantly, we're allowing our body to be exactly as it is in this moment. And check in with your mind and just notice if the mind is busy, calm, agitated, at peace, just quiet observation. And so letting the mind be exactly as it is. As we talked about last night, you are that which is not disturbed by a busy mind. And then checking in with the heart. If in the privacy of your own heart you were to give some words to your experience of your heart in this moment, how would you describe the quality or tone of the heart? Not to label it and stand outside it, but just as a way of acknowledging the heart. And then taking 3 of the longest and deepest inhalations and exhalations you've taken yet today. So I want to invite you now to picture yourself out in nature somewhere. It might be somewhere you've been on this retreat. Let it be a place where you felt at ease in nature. some of us have had really difficult experiences in nature, along with really beautiful ones. For this guided imagery, pick the place that ignites a felt sense of, I can be at ease, at home in my body, with a sovereign sense of solitude, but not loneliness. And just see yourself now exploring this place in nature. It's not a problem at all if, for you, it's a made-up place. It can be distracting to pick a real place in some cases, because I'm going to ask you to visualize a path and then something else, and you might be like, well, there is no path in that place. So let it be playful in your mind. Let it shape shift as needed. But for now, see yourself approaching a trail. Again, you're feeling at ease in your body. The light is just right on your skin, that delicious feeling of warmth, not too hot, like you're being bathed in light. As you make your way along this trail. And then somewhere along your journey, I'm going to just give it a minute pause. Welcome. So again, in this guided imagery, there's no way to do it right or wrong. If at any point in time this isn't working for you, consciously turn down the volume on my voice and just focus on your body in this moment, or counting the breath. But let it be light and playful. So if you want to hang with me, we're just in the part of the journey where you're picturing yourself in nature. You're walking along a trail, feeling comfortable in your body. Feeling at ease. Feeling the light and the warmth of the light on your skin. So take a moment to really see yourself there moving along the trail, feeling at home in yourself. And now somewhere in your journey, as you're walking along, you notice just the slightest sense of self-consciousness enter. You were feeling really at ease, at home in your body, a deep sense of belonging, and then there's just this little longing or self-consciousness or thought that things shouldn't be a certain way, or that you need to start striving, or that you're not enough, that life's not enough. We're not imagining the deepest suffering we've ever experienced on the level of 1 to 10. You're picking like a level 2 of dis-ease. Just to see yourself. To spend a moment with that experience that's so familiar for all of us. You keep making your way along this trail, and then suddenly up ahead, you notice a little fire. It's a safe fire. You don't have to be concerned that it's something that could get out of control. There's a very safe little fire pit. There are no dry grasses around it. It's clear that someone has built a little fire, and so you feel drawn to make your way to it. See yourself in this moment of knowing that it's safe, that there's no problem. You just have some curiosity about this fire. So neatly made with such beautiful stones around it. Again, buckets of water, clarity that there's no problem. And there's a log there, and so see yourself now sitting down on this log and feeling the warmth of this fire. As you sit, that little feeling of self-consciousness or angst starts to settle some, and you realize that it's because you feel held in presence, almost like someone's with you who's whispering it's okay. Your eyes are closed, just feeling the warmth of this fire. But increasingly you feel this presence that you actually start to recognize as a loving presence. You slowly open your eyes, and across the fire, there's a being. It's a being that's known you, seen you, loved you your entire life. For some people, it's someone they actually know in the quote-unquote real world. For some people, it's just light. For some people, it's a tree, a wise tree that has stood for many more years than you've lived. Let your imagination play and give this unconditionally loving presence form. Let the mind give it form. What's important is that this being has loved you your entire life. Known you your entire life. Take a moment to see whether there's anything you wish to say to this being, or maybe ask. And notice how the being responds. There's no right or wrong answer. And then take a moment now to imagine your own consciousness slide over and become the consciousness of this being. Again, all of this exploration is happening in non-separate reality. So now you're the unconditionally loving being. See who's been sitting across the fire. What do you see through the eyes of love? What do you know about this person? Let yourself for a moment see this person's worry, their concern, their angst, their questions. From the seat of unconditional love, what do you feel moved to say or offer? It may be silent, your offering. It may have words. Again, no right or wrong answer. And if this feels totally impossible to access in this moment, that's absolutely okay. Just know that the mind doesn't want to go there right now. If you're one of those folks, just ask, what do I need right now? If there were an unconditionally loving mentor on the scene, what would I hope they might give? Here, as I resist and struggle and maybe feel blank. Or for some, it might be easier to feel yourself as this unconditionally loving presence and see someone you care about in your life across the fire. It could be a good friend who's feeling a little angsty, a little worried. It could be a pet who's a bit distressed. It could be a chipmunk you saw on the deck this morning. Or the elk that many of us saw on the first night. It's your guided imagery. You're in choice. Let someone or something be across the fire. That it's easy for you to sit in the seat of recognizing their wholeness. The perfection of their being. And their goodness. In a moment, this person who's been across the fire, a form of you, will be leaving the fire. So come back around to seating yourself in that body-mind for a moment and recognize that as you part ways with this compassionate being, recognize that this compassionate being was created in your mind. It's your experience that makes it accessible and available in any moment. So that's not a parting, that's a true leaving or separation. It's just a coming back to this experience of feeling the warm light on your skin again. You start to walk away from the fire, and before you head back down the trail, look to see if there's anything else that would make this exchange feel more complete. From either the seat of unconditionally loving presence, or from the part of you that sometimes worries, sometimes feels afraid, sometimes gets a little angsty. And then feeling yourself back on the trail, feeling at ease again in your body. Even if there's some discomfort or pain in the body, a deep recognition that it's okay, that you can be with what is. Feel yourself trusting yourself and trusting life. as you continue to move through this beautiful place. Whole, at ease. If it's nourishing for you, placing the right hand on the center of the chest and the left hand where the ribs come in together to touch, and just feeling the warmth of your own embrace. Or it might just be sitting with hand touching hand for a moment. And just bringing your attention to the felt sense of touch. Being held, even again, if it's just one hand holding another hand, or hands holding the heart. We're just connecting a body experience with the experience of being held in presence as we are. So just breathing now, you may wish to rest your hands if that would be more comfortable. You may choose to leave them in whatever embrace of compassion they're in. Just coming back to feeling breeze on your skin. Feeling your feet in this moment. To feeling held in this natural environment. Tune in to receiving the sounds of nature around us and within us. We've had so much open awareness practice. Now, hone in on specific sounds, focus. Feel the gift of your attention being able to be wide and open and spacious and also narrow. Start picking some sounds to really fully hear. And then ending by offering any gratitude that feels authentic to you for whatever it is that's making that sound. Thank you, wind. Thank you, bird, whatever. Thank you, universe. And then one last long, deep inhalation and exhalation, and the bottom of that exhalation. As you're ready, just gently opening your eyes.